Now I have to focus on this div of ID content which I showed you by using Firebug tool of Mozilla Firefox. So moving back to my editor, so on line 160 you can see that I have this div of ID content, and this div is at the moment empty. There is nothing content here, and also in my browser there is nothing here. So we need to add PHP code in this white space, mean in this div of ID content. So first let me indent this. Okay, this is my ID content. Now I'm going to define here a PHP scope first. So first of all I have to say, if this query parameter is not empty, this query parameter of page name is not empty, then we have to move to our next procedure. So in the PHP scope I'm going to say if not empty this query parameter using super global get variable, this page name right here. So I have said that if this search query parameter is not empty, then you should make one variable of page name and equal it with this search query parameter, exactly this page name. Now first of all let's save this and echo this search query parameter what we are having. So at the moment we have saved about in our search query parameter, we have saved our contact. In this search query parameter we have saved this share with friend in our search query parameter. So I'm gonna just echo here this variable of page name, saving this one out, back to browser, refreshing the page. So if I click on this about us, you can see we have this about here. So if I click on this contact us, you can see I have this contact right here. And if I click on this tell a friend, then you can see we have this share with friend, our search query parameter. Page name is equal to share with friend. Page name is equal to contact, same here. Page name is equal to about, same here. So now we know that our search query parameter is working perfect. Now we need to move to our next phase, and that is accessing our page folder directory that contain our pages of about, contact, home and share with friends. So we need to access this page folder. So here my index.php file, and here my pages folder in which I have about, contact, home and share with friend. So I'm gonna create one variable that gonna help me to access this pages folder. So back to my editor. Now outside of my if condition I'm gonna create pages directory one variable. You can create inside if, it's up to you. I'm gonna create a variable here and I'm gonna call it pages directory, and I have to equal it exactly with the name of my pages folder. So if I show you my pages folder, you can see that this folder has the name of pages folder. So I have to exactly match with this pages folder. Back to my editor. So mentioning exactly my pages folder, name of my folder that contain my files. Let's put this one inside our if condition. Now I need to access this pages folder directory, and for that I'm gonna create one new variable of pages folder, and by using scan directory function I'm going to access this pages directory folder in which I have placed my pages folder, this pages folder. So by using scan dir, scan directory, I'm gonna access that pages folder files. So I need to put this pages directory variable inside this function parenthesis, and I want to see all the files that is inside my this pages folder. So I have to start it with and pass the parameter of 0 here. So I said that start from the 0 value means start from the beginning of this pages directory that is equal to our pages folder. So this scan directory function is going to scan all the files that are inside my pages folder inside this. So let's comment this echo. I don't need this anymore. Removing this echo from here, and right after my scan directory function, I'm gonna first see the structure of this pages folder. So by using print r, and I'm going to place this variable of pages folder that just see the directory using scan dir function. I'm gonna place it right here. So saving this one out, refreshing the page. See, now we have the directory, and using print r, it returned us in form of array. So on the 0 index we have dot, on the 1 index we have 2 dot, and from the 2 index we have this file of about inc.php. On 3rd index we have contact.inc.php. On 4th one we have home.inc.php. Similarly on 5th we have sharewithfriend.inc.php. And if I show you the inside picture of that folder, you can see in pages folder we have these 4 files. So we successfully made to our pages folder. Now you can see that we don't need this directory path of dot and double dot. So we need to delete these indexes of 0 and indexes of 1, because our work is starting from the index of 2. So we need to focus just on them. So by using unset function, I'm going to unset this array index of 0 and array index of 1. Back to editor. So I'm gonna unset pages folder of 0 and 1 by using unset variable function, in which I'm gonna pass pages folder of array of 0 and pages folder array of 1. Now saving this one out, back to browser, refreshing the page. We just unset this 0 and 1. See, now we don't have array of 0 and 1. Our work is starting from array of 2 and continue to array of 5. So now we don't need this printr statement right here, so I'm going to delete it. And we need to check whether the query parameter that we are getting from our user is matching our files that are inside our pages folder, inside our directory. So I'm gonna create here one if condition, and by using array in array function, I'm gonna check whether this search query parameter matches our file or not. So I'm gonna say if in array, which array? This array that we just created. So I said that if this array has page name that we are going to get from our user, and we need to concatenate it with our inc.php that are inside our pages folder, starting curly braces of our this if condition. So I said that if our array of page name means this search query parameter of about dot inc.php, so we need to add dot here as well, from our pages folder. So I said that about .inc.php inside my pages folder. So you can think of this page name of about right here. You can think of this inc.php right here, and you can think of this pages folder that contain all of my files right here. So I said if about.inc.php from my folder of pages folder lies in my array, then you should include my pages folder, means my pages directory, and it will be my pages folder as well. So I'm going to concatenate it with the slash sign because we are going to go inside our folder in single quote, and I'm going to concatenate this slash with our page name that we are going to get from our user. So on line 169 I said that if about.inc.php from my folder of pages folder, then you should include my pages directory, means my this pages folder, slash my page name, means this about contact share with friend, with this .inc.php. So on this statement on line 170 we are just including our files that are inside my pages folder, and on line 169 we are just checking whether the get request that we are going to get from our user matches our pages folder files or not. So this one is only for matching with the user request, and this 170 line is used for including our files in our page. So saving this one out. Now back to my browser, refreshing the page of index.php. We don't have anything here. So if I click on this about us now we successfully browse our page name of about, and if I select this contact us button, now you can see we have this contact us, and if I select this tell a friend, now we have this share with friend by using our search query parameter. So we almost made it. So again I want to revise this one, that on line 169 we are just checking whether our this search query parameter is matching or not. But before revising it, I think it would be best, in case if the user enter here something bad like share with friend 78, we know that we don't have any kind of file with the name of share with friend 78. So if I enter, you can see we don't have here any content. So I'm gonna add here a counter else statement. I'm gonna say that else echo in h1 tag you are lost. And let's add one more echo statement here, and I'm gonna say h2 sorry page not found. Saving this one out. Now before moving to our browser, I can show you that this tag has h2, and in my CSS style you can see that I have added this style for our h2, and also I have this ID of request. So I'm gonna add this ID of request on this my h1 here for making it bit more modern. ID of request. Okay, so let's save this, refreshing the page. Let's click on this about us, contact us, tell a friend, and if I add something like share with the student, we don't have this page. Now you can see we have this message, you are lost, sorry, page not found. So if you want to make it more attractive, then you can see we have this images folder right here, and inside this images folder I have this cool image of lost.gif. So now I'm gonna add this image in my counter else statement, so it would be more attractive. So I'm gonna say else you are lost, and then I'm gonna add here image, giving the path that image in my images folder with the name of lost.gif extension. Let's give that image some width and height as well. Closing of our image tag and semicolon for our echo statement. So let's save this one out. Refreshing the page. Now you can see we have this very cool background image, and if I click on this about us, we are getting our content. If I click on contact us, we are getting still our content. And if I add some page that we don't have in our pages folder, contact me, now we are getting this by default lost page. So in case if anyone want to trick our website and want to have the access to our pages folder, he won't be able to get anything other than that we are defined in our pages folder directory. So it's very cool. So in case if I just go to my index.php file, you can see we don't have here, and if I go to this query parameter of page name contact, we are getting our content. But why the name on earth we are not getting our home page on this index.php file? So I have to add one counter measure here. So I'm gonna say that if my search query parameter of page name is not empty, then you should do this amount of code, and if it is empty, then you should load default file. So this else will be belong to this 163 line if condition. So I'm gonna say else you should include my default file, and in this case it's will be inside my pages directory / for the folder, and that file name will be home.inc.php. So in case if the search query parameter is not empty, then you should execute this amount of code, and if it is empty, means if it's else structure, then you should include my home.inc.php. So saving this one out, moving to my browser, refreshing the page. Now you can see we have these errors, and it's because I have to move this variable of pages directory outside of this if condition, because this pages directory has a local scope here because it's inside this if condition. So I need to make it outside so that it would be more effective on both of our if condition. So saving this one out now. So pages directory here, good to go. Refreshing the page. Now you can see we successfully browse our website, and on index.php we successfully added this home.inc.php inc.php here.